The 2026 Ford Torino Cobra is more than just a nameplate revival. This is Ford's bold statement that American muscle is far from dead. Back after decades in hibernation, the new Torino Cobra blends retro attitude with modern aggression, standing out in a market crowded with tame EV crossovers and safe, predictable sedans. It's a car that looks like it's ready to bite. And truth be told, it just might. From the moment you walk up to it, the exterior tells you everything you need to know. It's long, low, and wide, with a fastback silhouette that nods heavily to the early 70s Cobras, but sharpened with today's aerodynamic demands. The hood bulge isn't just for show, it hides serious power underneath. Wide rear haunches give it a planted, predatory stance. Up front, a blacked-out mesh grille frames C-shaped LED headlights, and the Cobra badge, redesigned with a sleeker, modern twist, sits dead center like a warning label. Walk around the back, and it finishes strong. A gloss black rear panel connects, sleek LED taillights, while dual wide-set exhaust tips tucked into a vented diffuser promise the soundtrack to match. You can spec it in several heritage-inspired colors, like grabber green, shadow black, and a very slick gunmetal flame metallic, but every shade makes it look like a performance machine first, retro icon second. Now step inside, and things get interesting. Ford hasn't just slapped some carbon fiber trim into a Mustang cabin and called it a day. The 2026 Torino Cobra's interior is purpose-built. The cockpit wraps around the driver with a high-center console, deep bucket seats, and digital displays that feel immersive but not overwhelming. A 12.9-inch driver cluster is fully customizable, and there's a central 13.2-inch touchscreen running Sync 5 with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The seats, Recaro Performance buckets, are upholstered in suede and leather, with contrast stitching and Cobra logos embossed into the headrests. Bolstering is tight, as it should be in a car with this kind of performance. Even the rear seats, while not exactly limo grade, offer better space than you'd expect in a car this low and aggressive. Under the hood, you're looking at a 5.6-liter twin-turbo V8 pumping out 645 horsepower and 610 lb-ft of torque. Yes, it's still gas-powered. Ford made the choice to keep it traditional here, at least for now. You can pair it with a 6-speed manual or a 10-speed automatic with paddle shifters, and both transmissions feel surprisingly refined given the brute power on offer. Yo 60 happens in just over 3.5 seconds, and the top speed is electronically limited to 190 mph. It sounds mean, too. Ford's active exhaust system allows you to switch between neighborhood and track modes. And believe me, in track mode, this thing howls like a proper beast. Handling is where the Torino surprises most. Thanks to adaptive MagneRide suspension, a limited slip rear differential, and massive 305mm rear tires, it grips like a modern muscle car should. It still likes to slide if you push it hard, but it never feels loose or disconnected. Steering feel is sharp, heavier than a Mustang GT, and more precise. Braking comes from 6-piston Brembos up front and 4 pistons in the rear, clamping down on ventilated rotors that do a great job even under repeated hard stops. Ford clearly wanted this car to be at home both on a winding canyon road and a drag strip. And when it comes to price, well, Ford hasn't priced it cheap, but it's fair for what you're getting. The base Torino Cobra starts at around $62,000, and fully loaded models with carbon trim, performance exhaust, and the track pack option can creep up to just over $79,000. That puts it in line with the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, and slightly under a loaded Camaro ZL1. But with the Torino's blend of retro looks, high-end tech, and track-ready performance, it's easily worth the ask. Ford says, this is a limited-run model, with fewer than 15,000 units expected for the 2026 model year. So if you're even half interested, you may want to act fast. If this is what the future of American muscle looks like, raw power, digital polish, and unapologetic design, then bring it on. The Torino Cobra is loud, proud, and built to raise. hell. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the cars that actually get your heart racing.